what do they need to do to continue to make their warranties effective?
In this terms of warranty in the automotive space, where when your car breaks down, that dealership actually gets reimbursed by the car manufacturer, the automobile manufacturer, for their labor spent on fixing your broken car.
The good thing the dealer has is the owner brings the car to them. That saves an awful lot of time. I don't think customers are going to bring their house to the dealer.
Well, I think your warranty is about to expire.
Maybe I got an extended warranty.
Warranties are invalid if you don't use the product for its intended purpose.
Oh, girls, you're both pretty. Can I go home now?
On this episode of ResiWeek, Theory expands their warranties, Jetbuilt's got more data, and D-Tools adds interconnects. All this and more on this episode of ResiWeek. This is ResiWeek, episode 509, Warranty Labor. Welcome to this episode of ResiWeek. This is your weekly roundup of all the latest news and stories for the residential AV industry. I'm your host, Matthew Scott for AVNation.tv. And this week, I am pleased to be joined by two of my good friends. First, we have Mr. Jason Knott. He's the evangelist over at D-Tools. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. And then we've got another one of my good friends, Mr. Mitchell Klein. He's the VP of Business Strategy over at CEDIA. How are you, sir?
Excellent. Doing great, Matt. Great to be here. Love being here with Jason again. Even with the Toronto hat, it's okay. It's better than having the Dodgers hat, I guess. But
it is way better than the Dodgers hat he tried to start with.
Yeah, I'm wearing this for Mitch, so I'm sorry for your loss.
All right, gentlemen, let's kick this off with a story that comes to us from CE Pro. Theory Audio Design has extended the warranty on their DLC loudspeaker controls from 3 years to 5 years to bring that coverage in line with the warranty they offer on their loudspeaker. It's effective immediately. And again, just a fantastic move by Paul and the team over at Theory to kind of bring some cohesion to their warranty offerings across the board. Jason, let me start with you on this one. I love the fact that they brought, as I said, cohesion to the line, right? We've got a 5-year warranty, albeit it's a limited warranty, but notwithstanding, it's a limited warranty of 5 years from defect and failure and all those good things across that DCL line, as well as their speaker line. Is this something that we need to see more of from manufacturers? Do they need to extend the warranties? Do they need to add a labor component to it? What do they need to do to continue to make their warranties effective?
Yeah, so first of all, I'll just commend Theory for doing this. I think any time a manufacturer can extend their warranty, especially on the control side here, to match the speakers, as you say, cohesion in the line, it's great. It puts more confidence from the integrator standpoint. You know, the big picture question that I've always had regarding warranties, and I've talked about this for a decade, is the entire warranty administration process broken within the industry from the labor standpoint? You mentioned the labor standpoint. So think about, Matt, from your perspective as an integrator, a product breaks or stops working, you get a call. The customer isn't going to call the manufacturer. He's going to call you.
Yeah.
You're going to go roll a truck, most likely, with a replacement unit if you've got a replacement unit. You're going to spend labor time to put in that replacement unit, and not just put it in. You're probably going to have to do some programming to the remote control level or whatever it might be to accommodate that replacement temporary unit. Then you're going to bring it back. You're going to ship it to the manufacturer. You're going to wait till that unit gets fixed. It's going to come back to you as the integrator, fixed and repaired. Now you're going to roll a truck back again to the customer's home. You're going to put in the repaired unit. You're going to, again, do any sort of reprogramming that might be necessary. And for all of that manpower and time, you've got nothing. You have received great goodwill from the customer, but in terms of dollars, you've received nothing. And so I love that the manufacturers support their products. I love when they send advanced warranty replacement products. Mm-hmm. That's great for them to do. Again, I look at kind of the shining star on the hill in this terms of warranty in the automotive space, where when your car breaks down and you take it to the dealer to repair a part that's under warranty, that dealership actually gets reimbursed by the car manufacturer, the automobile manufacturer, for their labor spent on fixing your broken car, even though you as the customer have paid nothing, which is great. So I know it sticks in the throat of a lot of integrators who spend a lot of time, especially as there's more and more legacy equipment out there that they're fixing and not getting paid for. So I know I kind of went down a rabbit hole here in terms of the question, but that's the way I feel about the warranty situation.
The good thing the dealer has is the owner brings the car to them. That saves an awful lot of time. I don't think customers are going to bring their house to the dealer or bring the product to the dealer. And so a huge piece of that cost is the actual drive time and the downtime, not just the 20 minutes or 1 hour that drive, but, getting in, getting set up, pulling things out, and a car dealer, you're already set up. Just roll the car in, fix the thing, and out it goes. So it's not a really fair analogy. And it's something that I don't believe most of the manufacturers in our channel actually really understand that cost.
Well, now, to be fair, there are car lines and automotive brands that part of their warranty service is white glove. They will come pick up your vehicle. They will take it to, especially depending on what type of issue it is, right? There are quite a few actually that offer white glove service to, again, come pick up your car or give you a loaner, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do a lot of things that, I could nitpick on the fact that I've got to drive to somebody's house to go put a piece of gear in, but it's a tough one because I've often wondered how important the warranty offering is to the dealer based on historical warranty issues. Mitch, do you think that plays into what dealers look at when they're specifying a brand? Does either the warranty length or the likelihood that they're going to have to use it, do you think that matters?
It matters beyond my comprehension that people don't ask. I mean, when I had my company, my dealership, those are the first things we would talk about when we considered a brand to pick up a new line is, how do you train? What is the training? What is the education you'll provide? And how do you handle these callbacks and the warranty related issues? Any dealer today that is looking at their product line should be asking those questions. What is your advanced replacement policy? Jason, to your point, you go in, you pull the piece, you put in a replacement, it comes back from repair, then you have to go back and switch it again. That's a non-starter. I won't do it. I mean, that's something that manufacturers have to step up to. That said, only under the assumption that they can qualify the dealer, that they've been trained to understand how to deploy the product. So it is a two-way street. And that's why I always ask the question first, how are you going to make sure my staff is competent with that? And then the second piece is, how are you going to handle these warranty issues? Kudos for going up to 5-year warranty. I would bet many of our members, installers, don't know the warranty length of some of the products, perhaps outside of the video products that we've talked about in the past. I didn't even know it was only 3 years. So, hey, great, now it's 5. But what are you going to do about the actual act of having to go and do the repair?
So let me ask you guys this before we leave this topic. What makes more sense? Having a 5-year warranty and knowing that you have to cover the labor of that 5-year product versus having a 2-year warranty and knowing that you're only covering labor as an integrator for 2 years. And where I'm going with this is when you think about video is typically 1 year, and video for the integration community is very odd. I've dealt with massive warranty issues that stem from the day I bought the video product from the distributor, not the day I sold it, and ended up with a client who had an 8-month warranty because of those issues. Clients don't care about 1 year on a video panel at all. Would you not be more interested in selling something that has a 1 year, a 2 year, or 3 year versus something that has a lifetime if it means you got to cover the warranty or the labor?
It's definitely a consideration, and it should be part of the calculations. Absolutely. Because the brands, we've seen this over the years, brand is not as important as some of the installers might think. So what serves your customer best, the best warranty and the best ability to cover your labor costs?
Yeah, because I feel like when we look at stuff, I would rather have something that has a 1 year warranty that I know is a rock solid product versus a 5 year where I have concerns it might have a problem at 4 years. All right, gentlemen, let's change topics for a second. This comes to us from Residential Systems. Jetbuilt has partnered with industry vets Sean Wargo and Lee Dodson on market intelligence. They're going to develop a comprehensive data initiative designed to help industry professionals identify emerging trends. Go read through the article. It covers a bunch of stuff that Wargo and Dodson are doing in their as they founded Apogee Insight to pull some real project behavior data opposed to just self-reported. And all of that will be available on the Jetbuilt platform. Mitch, let me start with you on this. This is fantastic to see. I always love seeing more data across the board for the industry. But how can the industry actually utilize some of this information that Jetbuilt is going to be making available to its users?
I was actually really thrilled to see that. And I know, CEDIA has worked with D-Tools on similar things as well. And there's so much data out there that someone needs to put it together into some type of meaningful packet. By the way, side note, that's what AI can do for you. That's give you relevance to some of that data. You punch all that data in, and then this AI engine that you can then ask a specific question can actually make sense out of this data. I think that's awesome. And all of the folks in the chain, from the manufacturer all the way down to the end consumer, could probably benefit from that data. It's really important to have. Yeah,
that's a good point. Jason, when you see this, obviously you've got experience with this, both in your past life at CE Pro, where you guys had a litany of reports available, but also obviously now with D-Tools, you guys put out some fantastic market intelligence information. The question I have is, our channel is predominantly smaller shops, not national chains or national groups. Can the everyday dealer, the everyday integrator that works one market, has a smaller footprint than, say, like somebody like Daisy, can they actually take advantage of this kind of information?
Yeah, absolutely. They can. So, there's multiple audiences for this sort of project. So I'm happy that Sean and Lee are doing this. We were working with them at Avixa and the multiple audiences are, one, you look at the manufacturer audience. And I would make the same analogy that you just said on the small dealers. There's a lot of small manufacturers too who are in this industry also. And so and to Mitch's point, the AI that we've now introduced into D-Tools the analysis is incredible. It's things that I couldn't even have possibly thought of that it can spit out now in terms of market shift. It can tell you exactly, let's say at the manufacturer level, what percentage you are losing or gaining from individual competitors. It's not going to give you the competitors' information, but it's going to tell you what your market share gain or loss is from those manufacturers. It's going to tell you where the overall shift in money is going in this industry from category to category. How much is going in or out of audio and video and into lighting right now, or vice versa. Those sorts of things. At the dealer level, you can get really, really granular with this, all the way down to literally zip code level information to provide you. Wouldn't it be valuable for you, Matt, to know exactly what was your average project size by both resi and commercial in your zip codes that you serve? What are the wages that are being paid to the staff? Because all that information is collected in software like Jetbuilt and DTools has. Also, it's going to tell you what the margins are on individual products. Oh, hey, Matt, you're doing great in that area of Ontario. Did you know that the products in there are on average have a higher 3% profit margin than you are, and they're paying their people 4% higher more? That sort of data is available, and the integrators will be able to have it soon, and it's not going to cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see. All right, gentlemen, let's change topics and hit our last story of the day. This comes to us from CE Pro. DTools adds interconnect diagrams to the cloud to streamline system design and documentations. It gives users a dynamic way to map a device connections across an integration project. Go read through this real quickly and reach out to your DTools rep to talk about when this will be available for you. Jason, obviously, we're going to start with you because you've got some inside knowledge on this one. How is this expanding not only what DTools is doing, but also how integrators are really interfacing with DTools?
Yeah, so first of all, caveat, I am not the tech guy, as you may or may not know, in terms of the development of this. So it's really cool, though. We showed it at CEDIA Expo. The people were just off the charts excited about it, because right now, if you're going to map out signal paths, we have, again, an on-premise version. I don't want to make this a DTools commercial, but we have a cloud version and an on-premise version. The on-premise version is primarily what you need to use if you're going to integrate with Visio and AutoCAD and Bluebeam and some of these other drawing programs, because the web version, which is our DTools Cloud, did not and does not.
Right.
So this is a drawing program that is integrated into the web version of the software, bringing that web version even closer to the capabilities of the DTools SI that's been around for 26 years. Cloud's only been around since 2018. So that's where it's going. It's going to I've seen the demos internally. It's going to have even more capabilities than what you're even seeing now. But the biggest result, to answer your question, is that integrators are going to be able to use a easy to use interface software, web-based software that's more affordable, and they won't have to necessarily be investing in other programs down the road. And this applies to, management software, to inventory software, to all the other elements that are being added, feature elements that are being added into this web-based software. So that's kind of the big picture, I think, answer to theme of what you see going on here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Mitch, when you see this, we started off the show talking about warranties and labor and some of those aspects of service calls. Having this, in the cloud, built into the DTools platform, obviously you've got to be bought in to using DTools as a company. But if you are these some of the tools that are indispensable in limiting your labor hours on a warranty issue, being able to have everything right there?
Oh my gosh, that's an understatement there, Matt. And it's an archival record, which is even more important, because you get the wiring diagram, and hopefully we will assume that the installers have followed it. And under the assumption that has been followed, the person who actually did that installation is not always going to be the person that's going to go out to do the job, or to even to triage this over the phone, right? You're going to have to send someone out. And let's go back to the 5-year warranty. This is great for year one. 5 years down the road, the odds are someone going to do some work in that house is going to need that wiring diagram, whether it's for warranty or it's to expand it or to upgrade or to do something like that. And to be able to see a permanent record, which is on the cloud, so you can go and grab it from the job site on your way while you're having lunch, whatever. That's enormous, not just for warranty purposes, but for long-term customer care. That's great. Kudos to DTools for doing that.
And let's link it back, Matt, to the previous conversation on the data. So now, as Mitch said, this is all being collected and documented. Now we're going to be able to know exactly what the dealer usage is in the industry as a whole in terms of the audio cable gauge that they're using, the types of power cable, the HDMI run lengths they're using, whether it's the fiber how much fiber they're using. So now there will be data collected on the connectivity within the industry that a lot of times doesn't get any pats on the back and a Pepsi because everybody's talking about the devices, but they don't think about the connectivity between those devices and how important it is. And it's a lost area that a lot of people don't know how much is being used.
Yeah, and just wait until we're going to be doing all that stuff wirelessly. That kind of diagram would actually be even that more important to identify what's going to what. So it's not just about the wires. It's all the gazettas and all the gazettas, right?
Yeah, I was just asking somebody the other day, are you seeing at the builder community, are you putting in less wire than you did 5-10 years ago? You know, yes or no? You know, what's going on out there that we'll be able to actually see if that's happening.
Do you find that dealers are buying into the business systems, right? Like I've got some friends that run MSPs, managed service providers. So they're corporate IT. They've had these types of systems for years that are all essentially all encompassing. Are you finding that more and more integrators are coming on board with that concept?
So remember that a third of the industry is sole proprietors and very small shops. So we always at D-Tools, not to denigrate anybody, our biggest competitor is Microsoft Word and Excel. And those are there's still a bulk of integrators that are using nothing from an industry specific software standpoint, nothing. And then when you get to D-Tools, kind of the AAA towing of D-Tools, and with Jetbuilt and Portal and a lot of the others, is the proposal creation part of it. That's the foot in the door, the toe in the water is the proposal to create these beautiful proposals. Then you got to start adding all the other modules, but it really starts getting them out of Word and Excel and into just a basic proposal system. And then as they see the efficiency and the higher close rate and all those sorts of things, then that is going to draw them into the other modules.
Yeah, that's a great point. All right, gentlemen, let's leave it there. Thank you both so much for joining us. Mitch, if people want to connect with you, learn more about all the great work you're doing over at CEDIA, where can they find that info?
I'm over on LinkedIn. You're always welcome to email me at mklein@cedia.org or send smoke signals. Either way, happy to connect.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Mr. Knott, if people want to connect with you, learn more about D-Tools, where can they do that?
They can go to D-Tools website, which is d-tools.com and D-Tools without the hyphen.com now. So we got both those URLs. We're big time. And you can email me directly, jasonkay@dtools.com, or I'm on all the social media platforms also.
Excellent. Thank you again for joining us. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me at Matt D. Scott on most of the socials. But more importantly, please visit AVNation.tv, where you'll find this show as well as a wide variety of other shows with all the verticals that we cover. When you visit the website, please take a moment to check out our supporters. We are extremely thankful for their support and ask that you check them out as well. Thanks again for watching. That's all the time we have for this episode of ResiWeek,
the network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.